I had to wake up a little earlier this morning. Hey guys, I had to wake up a little earlier this morning because I looked over the second video and I felt like hypocritical. Like I almost uploaded bullshit because I was trying to prove how much of a joke theirs is. So here's some real verification methods right here, right? Instead of having a machine, the black box we talked about, verify itself, right? Like you're gonna come to me and ask me if I'm a neurosurgeon. And then I'm like, yeah, don't worry. I'm going to go ask this other neurosurgeon and I'll come back and tell you. But no. So what you have here is you have a mouse, your keyboard, and a dongle. Now these are communicating with each other before they get their way to the computer. Right? The dongle, first of all, is only ever even useful when it's supplied power. And then even see how it says it's charging it. It only says it's charging it because it has to cost some power. Then the computer has to decide if it's going to listen to the events and what it's going to do with those events. And it's like measuring a ruler with a ruler. It's the dumbest thing ever. So here's something you can verify with your own eyes, right? Like, here we go. Let's get this thing out of the way. I'm going to go and turn on this little light here I have on the back of it. Oh, look at that. A lux sensor that's sensitive to light. I can see this with my own eyes. That makes sense. This right here is putting out a frequency. It's only not audible because, that would make this video suck. But, you've seen a clapping frequency before, or clap on, clap off. And I was going to show you on the phone, but I have like $1 application or $1 piece of hardware, that I made out of components, because components are cheap as hell. And you'll see that just with that, you can basically get just an arbitrary level of, of security. So, here's some sensor input. And, by the way, your phone is like the last step, but you don't even use it in a useful way. When you unlock your phone, do you get a call that you answer and then you hit the button and then you walk in? Does an application pop up on your window and say, hey, are you who you say you are? No. You've got a PIN, and if the PIN or the passcode aren't good enough, you have your face or a thumbprint or something particular to yourself. I could literally acquisition these pins raw and you could touch it, and based on the electrical signal from your finger, because the pins can't connect to themselves. And the fact of the matter is that it's so transient that would be that would verify everything so much stronger, right? At the end of the day, there should just be a switch that turns your computer hard drive on and off, right? Like a connection. Because unless you think someone is going to break into your office and then they're going to plug in some stuff and then they're going to sit there and upload that stuff or download it at whatever speed or connect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the dumbest crap. We've already talked about this, right? So, in case someone doesn't understand how you can have your mouse, right, verify, basically one click, right? In between the RF and the Bluetooth, you get 4 steps of verification in one click. None of this call-in nonsense, and it's real verification. How do you know? Well, if you want, I could literally put an LCD on the bottom of the screen and attach it to that, And these things over here that are communicating, you don't need an antenna like this. You can plug it out, see what happens. Plug it in, and your keyboard and your mouse are right here, right? You make a click, sends it to the dongle, and then it sends it to over here. And you're wondering, how does it send it over there without, how's that real communication? Isn't that the computer thing? Here we go. So, if you're not familiar with this, which I don't expect you to be because even a lot of electrical engineers aren't, this is an optocoupler, which is a really cool little piece of device because, well, you've seen a nightlight, right? Well, now what if you had a little sensor like that inside of a little black box, and then you put a little LED on the other side, right? Wouldn't that be cool? So what I have here is just all these other things, right? Like thermistors, and this is temperature and humidity. These are methods that I could use to acquisition data in the environment, right? Truly arbitrary, right? Like the sound from the music gets put into the speaker. All of these methods just to create random numbers that aren't a function that's random. It's truly random. And then you have all of your data connected to an external USB, right? Instead of you uploading, instead of you going yeah, it's encrypted so I can give it to the whole planet now. And then they go, no, it's not given to the whole planet. It's not saved anywhere because it's encrypted. It's like, okay, so you wrote down A equals B and B equals C, and you put a little... That is the dumbest...